The entire house, top to bottom, car, the office downtown, all of it white clean.
No. But I'll tell you one thing. He made one hell of a big mistake when he decided to clean house on my... clean house on my... decided to clean house on my...
In your eyes is like a glitter ball. The feel of your skin is like a liquid gold. Don't you know that you're a miracle? Oh. And I will love you come rain or shine, through hurricanes or fields of fire. I will be with you till the end of time, until the end of time. Has got me mesmerized. The touch of your hand, you got me paralyzed. You are perfect in every way. Oh, 'cause you are something of a masterpiece. You're all that I dream of when I fall asleep. You show me the way that I believe, the way that I believe. Till the end of time.
Well, I can see we are ready to go. Oh my goodness. Was that the, am I the only one that heard that echo? Okay, now I should be like fully muted everywhere. I'm definitely not. Crazy echo, huh? So I literally, yeah, I have the stream. Oh, there it is. Oh, what the F? I don't know where I have the stream open because everything's muted. Okay, but it's like ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that, and then I just have to make sure that my sound, well, that's gone. Echo's gone. It was my other computer. No, it's definitely not gone. I can hear it still. It's my sound. I rearranged all of my stuff. Yeah, okay. I rearranged all of my stuff. And so, yeah, it should be better now. My goodness, that was ridiculous. That was the headsets not being turned on, obviously. I create an intro for my channel. I already tried to do that. So I just need to, really quick, like, add, like, 3 commands. Will you go to the dumb cloud bot? Or I just need to make sure that my commands are right. Yeah. So Jake, you want to say goodbye to Twitch?
Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye, Nancy.
Jake, say goodbye to Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Jake's sleeping. Jake is my nephew.
Is anybody in here?
Yeah, there's like a couple people. It's not you this week.
It's not me this week. I'll be back.
Where?
Can you pick up my church clothes for me? My parents are coming to Grandma's house.
Yo, you want me to bring your clothes home? Yeah, I can bring your clothes home from.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm just gonna add one that says code for today's code, and it will just post today's code here, and then that should work. I don't have any templates, I don't think. So we'll just do that, and then one more command. What do you mean? Is it lagging? Or do you hear something? Oh, yes. I see that. Yeah, I bet you that's just the cable being stupid. 'Cause I moved it. No, that's definitely the internal to the camera. Because I get it on the camera screen itself. So that is camera hardware. I think I can fix it though. Usually we can fix it if we change the brightness. Nah, that's just the camera. Yeah, it's definitely has to do with the background brightness. And those lights back there are not the best. Like, they just really aren't, like, super great. So, Good to know. Good to know. Note, fix lights. Okay, we got command for today's code. And then I want to add a command for the YouTube video on the gRPC server. Yeah, it's definitely the lighting. We can fix that. I can fix that. Probably not right now, but I can fix it in the future. Oh, did the music crash again? No, the music didn't crash. It just was done. gRPC, where's Jeff's? Firestore and go, here it is. Copy video. This is the last command and then we'll get going. There we go, now we've got some commands. Okay, I do have a branch that we started last time for implement server. Let's go ahead and make that a pull request. It is working now, which is good. I just need to do some stuff to configure how I want the messages to come through. Additionally, let's see, can we add, I like to add actions. Makes me feel like I'm doing CI/CD. And they have a lot of just like really dumb ones, like, ooh, Rust is a good one. Stale greeting labeler. Not that it, well, I don't have any stale issues yet, but I want to skip this. Build test your code. I want to add, no, I want to add, there's one for, Go. Like that's pre-built that I've used before. That's pretty nice. It works pretty well. And of course, there it is. Yeah. We'll just add this one. I'm surprised it's at the bottom. Maybe it's just not popular. Oh, we should change that Nightbot one. Yeah. Yeah, just build, go test. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Yeah, that way, otherwise I would have to add, I mean, I could add the linter here, and I think that's probably a good step, would be good next step would be add linting, but I have to add linting to the Docker file that runs from, and I'm not quite there yet. Let's change Nightbot to get rid of those old commands. So what I like about Nightbot is the, no, I don't want to delete it. Nightbot like has the timers that you can run. And it like runs every so often. Oh, I didn't want to add the, oh gosh. Video commands. We have hiring, meetups, code, and gateway video. I think that's what it is. 4 more commands. There we go. Yep, exactly. We are high. Yes. If you're interested at working with me, please, feel free to submit. Check out our careers page, or DM me on Twitter. That's probably the next best thing to do, would be DM me on Twitter. We found, oh, Dependabot. Oh, this isn't my stuff. But it's probably all in master. I bet you that Drew merged them to master. Okay, I will. Drew Stable Boy, quit breaking my stuff. And we'll have those docs open, ready to go. And now let's go see what we can make today. Yes. Our front ends React. So, front end React, everything back end is Go. Except for the unique instances where they're not. And by unique instances, I mean the unique instances. Like, there's like one Python app and one Ruby app that are super old. Like, who's moving all my stuff around? Somebody broke their keyboard, and that would be me. Yes, but our 99.5% of our microservice backend is Go deployed in Kubernetes. No, I don't want that. I also don't want that. No, I don't want to enable dictation. There we go. This is what I want to do. What? Well, if we do not require you to learn Go beforehand. As long as you want to learn it, you can apply. I mean, Go is the best language because it's that easy to learn and you don't have to worry about it. Cool. So let's start. Let's open the README. We'll start with that. Build. Regen. Needs to be fixed, but I just want to not lose it. Generate all the protos with buff. And then hopefully by the end of the day, we can run Docker. I would really like to do a Docker compose or Docker run. And get a database up. And just have that database like live in Docker or something. I need more lights. That's what I've decided. And yeah, hopefully by the end of the day we'll have that working. Protos, and then we should have a chat proto. RPC chen chat post body. That should be a chat message with a username, a timestamp, and text. And that's send chat. We are going to need the other ones. Thinking how we want to do this. I'm not quite sure. We want to have a chat message, right? But we would want to have a send chat we'd also want to have an RPC Git chat, which would be interesting. I think for that, we would want to maybe just do a, like, retrieve chat message. And these may change later. I'm just trying to think of the easiest way. I have a friend of mine, right? So the purpose of this server would be a chat message. The purpose of this server, long term, long term. I lost my track with long term. The purpose of this chat server, long term, is to be able to connect, let's just say Twitch and Discord. And yeah, no, we're totally open to it. If you want, just yeah, DM me and we can chat about it. But yeah, like nobody has to know go to come work. Oh, my camera froze. And when the camera freezes, you have to mess with the things. This is a new thing. The camera freezing is new. Right? It's not wavy because it doesn't have issues with the fact that the CCD card is not pulling out the same things all the way around. And that's the problem. It's the CCD card. Oh great, look, I got a blank green. Oh. Well, that might be it. It's overheating. Well, my camera was never meant for this. It just happens to be used for this. Because it does 4K. But it was never meant for it. Like, it times out every 30 minutes if it's not active. Because it wasn't, yeah. So, like, it's a mirrorless camera, so it's great for streaming. We're gonna kill the test, too. So, it's great for streaming, and it does, but, like, I had to buy an adapter to get power to it, because it doesn't come with a charger, and you have to manually remind it to turn on every 30 minutes, because the screen shuts off, and it uses NDI capture, so the screen has to be on. So we want to have a chat endpoint. And if we're going to have a chat, then I think we'll send this and we'll just do a post message and get messages. And then we want to return we'll have a message. Yeah, I know, something that just, or the cat, the Korean cat that taps. Yeah, definitely. We'll have chats, which should be a repeated chat message. And then, so this would be, and get chat, it would pull back chats, get messages, post chat, body, and that would retrieve chat messages, would have to have, right? I mean, it could be all of them, theoretically. Because you'd want to see if you post them yourself. So we could do message, retrieve chat messages. So we don't necessarily, I don't think we need to add the user here, but I would like to add a time window, right? So it could be more like a refresh, so it would just add new messages instead of always doing instead of always pulling a full list. That's what I was trying to say. So we would want a google.protobuf.timestamp equals 1. And this would be, this would be not called timestamp. It would be called start Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know what the quite words, but like time. So we can do last. We only need one. Last message. Chat message. Timestamp. We will do timestamp. Timestamp. Last message. And so that way it could get the. We'll send a. Again, I'm just hoping that this works. And it should. But like, if I were to just say, I didn't want to do that. My thought is I could just pull the last, oh my goodness. If I know the time that the last message was received, I could get all of the messages since then, and it should be pretty simple, right? I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. This is mostly about exploring the gateway stuff, not about making an overcomplicated, reliable messaging thing. So, yeah. So now I have a gen one that I should be able to run. Not getpy. So I should be able to just do /gen -sh. And permission denied? What? I literally made that. Oh, unexpected field name. Oh, look. No, it should be fine. On line 28? Oh, yeah, I definitely need both of those. Need to have that. No, let's try it. Expected field name. Oh, yeah, I also need a field name there. Chat message, messages, equals 1. What? Did I not save? Oh my goodness! Import go times, no, annotations? Oh, how did I fix this last time? Oh, I had to do the buff thing. Not buff generate, but buff meta mod update. I need to add that to my script so that I can make sure that that's there when I go and do new ones. I shouldn't break anything. So yeah, so that buff mod update should work. Now that should generate just fine with the Google annotations. What? Google API annotations was not found, had errors. Oh, that's because this still said ProTalk, didn't it? Hey, who's doing that? This shouldn't be ProTalk. This should just say buff generate. And again, I'm using buff instead of ProTalk because buff works and ProTalk doesn't. Like, it's pretty straightforward. We can make sure that worked. Cool. We should update messages. Oh gosh. Git commit. Update message template. And that should work out pretty well. Right? That should work out fine. So yeah. Oh, we need to set a timer. I wish we could do a countdown. I have to leave at a certain time today because I have dinner plans. So we will do that. Okay, cool. Let's do this. We're gonna have a couple of tabs running. That way I can just have the server always running like I need it to. Go run. Main.go and here. So now we have, I should still have my curl here. Oh my goodness. Cool. So it's no longer test, right? It is chat. I believe it was chat post, if I'm not mistaken. Chat post message. Cool. And if we go here, it says hello. Cool. Okay, and this is just validating that the changes didn't break anything. And if I go run client main, it does something. Come on. Oh, that shouldn't change anything. And then we go here, and we have a hello there. Perfect. So nothing has changed, which is ideal for us. Let's go ahead, and we have this main.go. This none of this actually should live in main.go. Main.go should be a lot stupider than this. And since I want to add user management and a database, let's go ahead and clean this up instead of make it bigger. First thing first, we will do a make directory and we'll call it server. Let's actually, instead of calling it server, we'll call it chat server. We'll just call it server. Why overcomplicate it? And then we can go tab server.go. I just heard a ding. Twitch is currently experiencing issues with going live. Is that an old alert? Because my Twitch seems to be doing just fine. No. My stream seems to be doing okay, but I did get an alert. So we may have some issues with latency on the stream. If you guys see anything major, let me know. Otherwise, I mean, because that way I can at least upload the video to YouTube that I have stored. Server. Instead of using this one. So we have a chat server and a new server. So let's go ahead and we will pull those out and we will paste you here. And we will change chat server. That's fine there. And we can just, instead of new, I like the term setup. Server.chat-server, that sounds fine. Setup. Setup is just, I don't know why I like the term setup, but I do like setup. I will write that. Oh my goodness! Vim? Don't lag on me. You're gonna make me want to do VS Code, and that's like a cardinal sin sometimes. Okay, cool. I think we should be able to take all of this and put it in a server.run. For the most part, I don't, and then we can just pass a context to it. I mean, so we would do func CS. I don't know why I'm doing CS, but I'm doing CS right now. Chat server run, capital R, CTX, context.context. I just realized that I only think, so Twitch has these go live notifications that you can set, but I'm pretty sure they only work if you start a stream from inside the Twitch browser, which, who does that? I mean, I only do that when I do a rerun. Context, right, and that seems to be all I'm doing now. And this could be an error. This seems to be, if you, I'm going to do a run, and then I'm going to do a to-do as well, because runs start, let's do an administer. The server used to handle chat messages. So this is not a log fatal. This would be an error. Return error. Oh. But that's just an error, right? And we can do error equals, right? And that's gonna run. And then if error does not equal nil, we would do a return error. That should work fine. We do still want to print that. This is no longer context background, but this is with the context provided. If error is not the file ln, we will just return. Should I still have messages? Yeah, probably. But I mean, I could do errors.new. There's so many things I could be doing right now. My goodness. Let's do this. Actually, we're just going to do a fumped error f. With that. And then this would be cannot set up TCP connection. And I believe we could actually do a %W here. Right? And that, see, look at Mariah being smart. Good job, Pete. Good job, me. Anybody here watching from the US have 4th of July weekend plans? Anybody not in the US have weekend plans? I have 4th of July plans, but I don't know what they are yet. They were, at the moment, undetermined. They were waiting for somebody to text blah, blah, blah. Okay. Grpc server failure. And then we're gonna do a %W error. Oh my goodness, and then this would be so this would be failed to set up gRPC client connection, which is really funny. There's a little bit of like funny to me in the fact that there's a little bit of funny to me. Who decided that that was the terms we wanted to use for this? It's funny to me that the gRPC gateway requires a gRPC client for the gRPC server. Like, right? It wraps a client in a REST-like server. So it's just a wrapper. It's just a generated wrapper. Which is fine. We'll do a %W. Somebody got smart and realized if they just did this, That would be me. I'm patting myself on the back. Nobody else pats me on the back, so I will pat myself on the back. It's called mental health. It's not called mental health. It's called, it is for my mental health. But it is not called mental health. I wonder if any. No, it's a different park. The server died. What do you mean? Oh, that. Okay, that should be good. And what else does this need? Oh, it needs a chat server. Chat server equals chat. No, equals server dot setup. And we do need to pass it a context, right? And this would be context equals context dot background, because I have nothing to pass to it yet. And then we would do chat server dot run, because the chat server can implement more. Right, so that should be all that's in there now. Paste you, that should work. That shouldn't have any problems. That should be good. Should be good. Let's see if it runs. Am I like, can I get closer? How long before I break things? That's the question. Huh, Pops? Uh-oh. We have a packaging issue. Right, that's right. So what's the issue here? Okay, I'm a little confused. It says, please found packages main.go and server.go in the meetup chat server? Oh, is server not in server? Well, that's the problem. It is. So we can move server.go. Look, guys, you can see all my messages now. That's what you all wanted for Christmas, huh? Was to know what I text my parents. Move server.go to server. Server.go. Right? Now it should run. It's definitely not there anymore. It shouldn't have an import cycle. There's no reason for it to have an import cycle. What are we importing? That's the exact opposite of what should happen. Right? We only import server, and server doesn't import anything else. Yes. It doesn't import itself. I'm trying to... This is not... That's not an import cycle. What the F? There's no way that's an import cycle. We don't need that anymore, do we? How about now? Go mod verify? Will that fix it? Oh, it's still... It didn't like go mod verify. All modules verified. Go mod download? Go run? Where? I don't see that. I don't see that issue. I don't see that issue at all. Where? Oh, it's meetup chat server. Well, that's where. Yes, it's right here. Duh. Yes, this is what it is. Now that should work. Cool! Yeah, now we just need to make sure it returns an error and we're good. And theoretically, I want to do a to-do here. You probably don't, like I said, you don't have to, but I would like to do clean shutdown with channel listener. Right, so the idea is we could create a channel here and we could post a message to the channel somewhere else. And we could do an os.exit or some kind of clean shutdown. In the future, right? And not necessarily needed at this point. Because, like, I'm running it. If this ever gets used, it'll be me running it on my computer. Like, if it gets to the point where I'm actually deploying it, then yeah, we'll do that. Log.fatal ln error. Right, Max? Good boy. My dogs are... We took the dogs to the park this morning. No, he should still be May.go. We took the dogs to this park this morning, and they're all tuckered out. They played quite a bit. New server. Oh, it doesn't need to do a new server. Where's that happening? I should actually read the messages. "36 should be defined. Right? That shouldn't have an issue. Oh, this is no longer a new server. This should be done and set up, by the way. Now what do I do with this? No, this should still be there. This still goes there. But we can add as an attribute to the chat server, we can have a connection, which is the grpc.connection. grpc dial context, what does that actually return? It's a connection, client connection. Client connection, right? And this is a pointer to it, actually. So this, where did you go? No, okay, yeah, sorry. I'm still, okay, return CS, that's there. This comes down here. listening on gRPC server. And then this right can actually come all the way up here. We don't need the context, actually. We just need an HTTP server that we will call GW server, gateway server. GW server equals a pointer to an HTTP server. Right? And then we could do this, and we could say GWCS, so GW server equals GW server, and that should still be good. We don't need we only use the connection internally, and that would take care of everything, and it would no longer be that. It would be CS dot, and we'll do a fumpt. And this is not serving on 9090. This is on 8090. Yeah, the connection is 9090, but the endpoint is 8090. Cool. Let's see if that builds now. Nope, I don't want it. My goodness, the fact that it remembered the tinygo command. Well, I broke it. I love, hands down, love compilers. Because it reminds me when I forget something that I need. Okay, so that should take care of the first line. Cannot use fumpt error as type chat server return on line 26. You're correct. Oh, then let's just do this. We will do log.error, and then we will do error return nil. How's that? That way I can keep all my pretty errors. Return nil. Log.error. How did I get into EX mode? Okay, that should take care of line 23 and 26. On line 30, there's no context defined, and that is because context is not passed in. Let's go to line 23. Context is really easy to pass in. Not connection options, it's context actually. This should not have a context.background either. It should use the regular context. I I don't think we're actually using that anymore here, are we? We don't need to actually pass it into run. What about line 36 we have taken care of. Line 43 we have taken care of. Line 61, it doesn't have an LIS. You're right, it doesn't. Should be taken care of. Too many arguments on line 63. We return an error. Oh, and we want nothing. Yes, we do actually want an error. Because we do. Server 69, error undefined. Error. Is error undefined? It hasn't been defined before. It was defined right here. Oh, that wasn't there before. Yeah. So that should be everything, but we need to go back to our main and oh, look, well, that was always set up right. Okay, I do not know what this Martian log thing is. But I hope. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I don't want that. When I have a log.error, let's just do a fumpt.error. No, we'll just do a fumpt.println. Right? We can worry about logging when I am not running this locally. Go mod tidy. Go mod tidy. Okay. What? Okay, did we saved it? There should be no more Martian logs. Oh look, 57? Why does it keep trying to go to Chrome and break everything in Chrome? Why? There it is. Yes. And then this would actually be a fumpt.println. Where else? Println, return error F. Okay, and in main.go, we're not, see, we're using the regular log package here. It must be because of the error. The regular log package might not have an error. And that's probably my bad. I still have it. It's still broken. That should run it. That should, see? There it is. Server line 58. How about now? Okay, good. Oh, no, no, no. Still broken. Still broken, mind you. Cannot use a pointer to an HTTP server as an argument for an HTTP server. On line 48? Fine then. Okay, what else do you got for me? Cannot use GW server. Variable of type as a pointer in line 48. Well, it was a pointer. Okay, now build. Wait. I'm just getting too antsy. 65. No results, values expected.
It's 2 p.m. Hope you're having a good day. Want to go for a walk?
I think I just put it in the wrong place. Now there we go. Now that is what we call linting. String should not be capitalized. Bad form, why do you say? Icarus. Yes, I do need a weight group. Thank you. I need a weight group. Even though the example didn't have a weight group. The reason being, yes, but the example also didn't return an error. It just did a log fatal. Oh. I don't think I've actually ever done an error group. But you're right. Error group package go.dev. Yeah, no, I agree. It's good. See, look, that's not even bad. That's not even bad. See, they have the func defined in the error group. Where does it say parallel? The reason being is sometimes I've had things block with a weight. And I don't want it to block with the weight. But I think you're right. But they should still run. I just want to make sure it runs, and then I'll do the error group, because I really like that. And I can just Control-C till it dies. Cool, so it is running. Perfect. Yes. Yes, that's kind of my thought. Yeah, no, this is that's pretty base. This is do you see this function right here where it says Google search? It's like, yeah, if Google was 3 lines, if Google search was 3 lines, it'd be like this. Put both servers in the error group? Okay, I'm gonna have to think through that one. Oh look, now I actually need the context. Come on. Come on, I know this. The, what's its face? Yeah. I mean, when you start doing Go routines, it's all about cleanup, right? And that would take care of my cleanup issues, the error group. Oh my goodness, stop being dumb. And then it said, if I'm reading this right, from the error group, what I can do is I can do a .go to find my error, which I already have. And then they end that here. And then return on the wait. That's what you said, right? Yeah. Yes, that's 100% right. That's exactly what's happening, is it doesn't really know how to kill the second server. I get what you're saying. I really do. G.go. I think that was wrong. Yeah, okay. That was my next question, is if I could have more than one go. And if I can do that, then yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah, I just kill the second set of parentheses. Come on, little scroller dude. They have a G.wait and a separate GoFunk. %. No, I really like this. This is way better than doing it by hand. It's a lot easier to follow as well. I don't have to have the return anymore, right? Or is that still, do I still need the return? No. Error. Yeah, I still need the return now. Oh no, I want that. Yeah. And then this would be g.go. Go away, too many pings on go away. And then if, oh nope, stop that. Yeah, I know, well I haven't done the Go mod download stuff yet, so give me a break. If error equals, not dot equals g dot wait, error does not equal nil, and then we could just return an error. Go mod download. Okay. Well then let's just do a go get it. No, that's not what I want. That should work, right? Now let's try it. Thanks, Icarus. That was all great suggestions, and I really appreciate it. I've never used error groups, so I wouldn't even think about it, you know? Missing return at the end of a function in line 78? I thought I had the return at the end of the function. No, I do not have a return here. Return nil. The value of context is never used. Huh. Well, then we don't need it. Cool, that works good. Let's try our client. Oh. Interesting. Because the wait should run them. Interesting. So now it's not running. That's really interesting. Where's my mouse? calls the given function in a new... Yeah, you can see my code. I don't think I need the wait. It doesn't need to block. It just needs to keep running. Oh, you want to see the main.go? Yeah, you can see the main.go. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It just runs. And then if an error is returned, well, yeah, without the go routines, it wasn't necessary. Yeah. See, that was what we were originally doing. So we can probably just go back to how it was. For now. Yeah, it's I agree. I know that I'm not really handling context like at all, especially like with weird timeout stuff. So but I kind of just plan on managing that later, so I might be okay to just manage that later. Still. But I will pull up that GitHub link and read it for the next part when I try to... What? My connection was refused on 9090? Oh, it's probably because it's still on wait. It probably went into the cleanup. I moved too fast. Cool. Let's leave that there. And let's add... Let's go to our chat proto. I'm gonna pull up your other link. Thanks, Icarus. Am I doing... I am... Yes. An errors wrap instead of a fumpt.errorf. Is that what you're suggesting? Yeah. I can do that. That's way cleaner. Am I right? It's way cleaner. And that's actually what I do at work, so I agree. Do you do the error first? Okay. We can do this though. It's not that hard. But fumps.errorf is just so easy to remember. Because you use fumped for everything else. That's what I feel like. Okay, and then we actually do the error first. 58. Oh, I forgot one. Hey, pup. Did you sneeze, Max? 40. Oh, Mike, are you saying this because I said it was going to be easy, Casiris? You know what's not easy? Keeping up with best practices. Keeping up with best practices is not easy. And I should do that, considering how many Go conferences I have spoken at this year, being all of one. It's still a Go conference, and I should be aware of best practices, saying, hey, I know Go. Other things I should... You're a bored Googler? I do. An ex-Googler. So you're not an ex-Googler. So does that mean that you're not at Google anymore? Or does that mean that you're just Googling things? Yes to all of the above. I assume that's yes to ex-Googler. No, this is great. I like the errors wrap. Because that is literally the exact same format I use every day at work. And so it's just easy to remember. We have an internal package at work that does that exact same thing. So yeah. They have retries in there? Error with message, error with stack is... Oh, I like the error... Oh, they have is and as well. That's nice. Which, I mean, is what errors.go has, right? I mean, the errors in Go. I should be able to go mod download just the errors package itself. Not a known dependency. I literally... You weird thing. GitHub finally maintained it? Are you saying that this was a because it says it's a GitHub package errors. So is this like a GitHub maintained thing? Control C. Still Control C. Oh, yeah, the is and as. Well, this is... It seems to be GitHub package error. I mean, like... Yeah, I think it is their implementation of the error. It's really nice, though. It's really nice. I really like it. We're definitely... Does it have the... I'm not, it doesn't matter. Redistribute license does not have a valid Go mod file, and it does have a tagged version. And it's used by 59,000 projects, says SourceGraph, so that's pretty cool. I'll take it. I don't want to run that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to do go run main.go. This is the last time. I'm going to always say that things are easy. I know when I say things are easy at work, they actually are easy, and now they're not going to be. I should just stop talking about easy and just say everything's hard. It's going to take me 12 years to do it. Something happened. Something, well, is it because the word something happened doesn't trigger you? Because it doesn't. Oh, just something. Oh, that's horrible. Just something happened. Oh. Oh, or I do a lot of copy and pasting with my errors, and I run into problems where I'll copy and paste and literally have the same error message every time. So it's like impossible to trace. You get just a whole stack of literally the same error message. Yeah, I don't think the internet would respond well to errors, to dumb error messages like that. They better not do that with Windows 11. So let's hit this. And we'll do a thumped. I'm not installing Windows 11. I'm on Mac. Why would I install Windows 11 on Mac? And before you catch me, I did install Windows 8 on a Mac before. I did the boot camp startup because I thought that it would help me develop. I don't know what I was thinking. I was in one CS class and I was only going to take one CS class. There goes my camera again. I was only going to take one CS class. And of TPM 2.0. I don't know what TPM 2.0 means necessarily. Trusted platform module. Oh, so they're just dumb again. Well, I don't intend to ever boot camp install Windows again. Because that was just a dumb decision in the first place. I used it for 1 semester. That was literally a waste of my money and time. How? I feel so out of the loop. Because I don't do Windows stuff. This is probably just because I don't care. 99% is a stretch. If Reddit's mad, does that count as 99%? I feel like it does. Yeah, but we don't like security people to begin with. They're a little bit special. I'm gonna spend literally this entire stream cleaning up the server code and not doing anything new. But I did add new messages, so the vast majority do click on phishing emails. 'Tis also true. Why is it why isn't it finishing the setup? Well, I'm pretty sure my job at Weave, we get at least bi-weekly emails about phishing attacks because people just click on them. Do they do that every time? I don't know. I've never followed Microsoft. I'm actually surprised that Windows 10 seems to have been pretty stable, so I'm a little bit surprised they're doing an 11, but whatever. I would probably care more. I don't know what would make me care more. But is new Microsoft with Azure? Because they might care more. the new CEO, gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. That makes way more sense. My code? Alright, if you're looking for my code, you can just type the command !" code into the chat, and you can look at it. It's all on GitHub. See? I don't know why there is an SWP file, but there sure as heck is. And I thought I had all of those cleaned up anyway. Obviously not even close. Oh, you have to go to my branch. I apologize. And I'm not doing the front end code. It's mostly for my friend. Let me go ahead. The branch is Mariah-make-server. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll throw it up as a PR. I like PRs. They make things more navigable. See, look, it already is a PR. I opened it 2 hours ago. Let's go ahead and make it a draft PR, though, because it is definitely not ready to go. Yeah, feel free to mess around with whatever you want. Yeah, Mariah-make-server. You like my name? I usually don't have good naming conventions, but that branch name seemed to be pretty clear. The fact that I was making a server for the front end chat interface. Well, if you don't use GitHub, I don't know. Good luck. What did I do that's different than before? I'm gonna kill the run and see if my stuff still prints. Well, I'm really good at that. I guess I'm the only one that uses GitHub then. Okay, why are my print lines... Oh. At least it builds. I felt like everyone was on GitHub. And now you're telling me that... nobody's on GitHub right now. Okay, I do not know what GOGs or Gittea are. I have used GitLab. And I have used Bitbucket. But we use GitHub at work now. See, it's not printing my stuff. Oh. Well, if they're written in Go, then I like them. Yeah, but this is the mux from the Grpc gateway stuff. And the Grpc gateway stuff does want you to have multiple ports because you need to have one port for the Grpc that it should always accept and a port for the rest. So you do want the 2 ports for this case, which is a little bit different. Than normal. Why is it hung up like that on the setup? Is it on this register? I bet you it's on the register. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know why. So we're gonna call this setup and run now. And we're gonna keep that there. We're gonna call this chat server configured when things fail silently. Well, it's I know what's wrong. And then this will just be an error, and we can honestly just print it. All cases. Okay, I know that's not a thing yet. I know. Come, just give me a second. So we have a setup and run that takes a context. So we're not going to return this actually. We're going to go back to returning an error. Yeah, that's exactly right, Mord Fustang. That's what I literally just realized. Just now. Just like... That's what I realized. That it was just getting hung up right... Yeah. That it was just getting hung up and not doing anything. Because of that. Yes, yes. A stacked dump would have shown that. Mr. Mord Fustang, is your gRPC gateway cleaner than my gRPC gateway? What am I doing? Okay, that should work there. We're gonna kill you. And, oh my goodness, we're actually gonna not call you run server. We're gonna call you run gRPC server. So up here, because we can run this. Of course it's not the way you would have structured the code. It's not your code, silly. If it was your code, then maybe, but it's not your code. So we want to have a CS. But you should be happy. I did pull everything out of the main file and put it in a server package. Because when I started the stream, everything was in the main. Which you've gotten mad at me for doing before. No, that's not what I'm doing. And there's a reason for that. That reason being... I'll get there. I mean, I didn't want to, but I did. And this is where we are. That's a refactor. This is a refactor! It was working! This is all a refactor! Control Z. Just scrap the whole thing. So Icarus, for context, Mord Fustang plans a conference with me. And he works with me at Weave. So, I know him pretty well. So, he's giving me a little bit of a hard time. Intentionally. Right, look, there's our conference right under my face. The picture for it. No. There's just so much setup. Hard time equals constructive criticism, something like that. The reason that I pulled everything out is because there were so much stuff to set up the gateway server. Right? I feel like it was all connected. I felt like from at least line 30 to the listen and serve, like all of that was like had to be together. And then the only thing that didn't would have been this. I have a better idea. No, let's go back. Let's go back. I want to go back to what I was doing. I think you make valid points. So we're gonna have set up Grpc server here. Yes, yes. That's what cleanup is for. To break everything. Let's do run grpc. We'll kill the server part. We don't need you. Error. And this, we're going to pull out. And then we're going to have another function that is set up gateway. There we go. I don't even think I need context. Another thing that helps is not waiting a week before looking at your code again. Right? You have to have a proper balance between the what on earth was I doing, and I know what I was doing, it was just a bad idea. Because if you think what on earth was I doing, you're just gonna redo everything. So see, and now we can set up the gateway after the fact. And this would return that, which I wanted to do anyway. Perfect. Still do the error. This will do that. This will do that. So we still have a CS on chat server. Yes. So this comes out. And then it would go here. Paste. Right? And so we would have... Actually, can we just go back? Yeah. Chat server. Context. And then we also have that paste there. And so this is chat server. Chat server run, and there's no run. So now that'll be run grpc. Where is my cursor? Great, my syntactic check failed. And then I would do chat server dot setup gateway. I don't know if I need the context there. Grpc. Why am I doing this way? This is dumb. Excuse me. Now somebody can actually be smart. There we go. So now we have a setup gateway, which will dial the context, which should work because the server is up. We should add a timeout here, because otherwise it'll keep hanging. I really like this music. I feel like this music's really motivating. Oh, I also get confused when the cursor is on my screen instead of on my thing. I felt like I need to turn the music up because of how motivating it is. Yeah. Is there a dial timeout context? Or are you saying I want that in? Is that Icarus? Is that a gRPC thing or a context thing? Hit something. What are you thinking? I'm trying to understand what you were thinking when you say you want this. Cool, set up server, register connection. That should work fine now that we actually have a connection. This just returns that. It should not do this. That dies. This just returns. Yeah, you're right. Cool. We're on the same page then, I think. I just haven't done it yet. Because that can be done in the main. Where on earth do I have an error? A pointer to the chat server. Yes, I only care about it timing out on the dial for right now. I don't want it to time out on a call currently. Oh, I can't spell context? And I don't actually need context for setup gRPC. Unless I want it to be part of the server. Which doesn't really make sense. Line 81. Where did my stuff go? Did it just quit? It's, yeah, okay. That would make sense if it's, deprecated, because I don't know what it is. Not that I know everything, I've just never heard of it. Which doesn't mean much. Okay. Yeah, so I should be able to just do a regular timeout. Set up gateway. And then do the listen and serve just normally. I think that should work. Oh, hair camera. We don't need the context here. Yeah, that's exactly how I plan to do the context. And since you've already given it to me, I'm just gonna do what you say. Woo! But we can do what? 5 times time dot second? Because why not? There was a parenthesis there, right? Oh my goodness. Line 14. Timeout context does have an error. Oh, it's a cancel? Oh, I need to defer the cancel. Yeah. It should be cancel, right? The key is to have every key. Thank you, DJ Khaled. Cannot use context background as type func in context. Let's just go to this is why okay, I literally did this. That's literally exactly what I have. Oh, did I forget that part? Oh. Well, that's just my fingers working slower than my brain, I guess. Yeah, it does. Chat server does have a GW server. I literally am looking at it right there on line 19 right next to me. My goodness. Server is configured. GW server. It's not exported. There we go. I knew that. Server.chat server.gateway server. Look at all those server names. Yep, I know, it's still there. And now I need to fix how that... No, back here. Come on. Everything else is fine. Not ambiguous. Well, let's see if we can do a run here, or a build at least. I keep missing... Main.golang 29. Doesn't like my wrap there. Well, that's because oh, duh, I know exactly why that doesn't like my wrap there. Where's my cursor? Because that shouldn't even have a wrap. Where's my... This should just be a logged up fatal. And that should be good. That should be... That should be a build. That should be a build. My code physically hurts you? Well, that's unfortunate. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to, like... Look at that! It runs again! It runs again. Yeah, but this is only running in my terminal. It doesn't need to be pretty. Somebody needs to research. I need to read about this. Let's go kill some of these gross things. I want you to know I generally consider myself like a pretty pacifist type person. This should not be a return now. What Jiffy are you sending to me, Mr. Fustang? Are you making fun of me again? Okay, my goodness. Now I'm offended. I want you to remember, I spoke to all of the Europeans as a Go expert, and my LinkedIn profile is certified by Steve Francia as Go. So somebody knows at least how to talk a big game. So, just remember, I talk a big game. At least I'm writing Go, right? Hey, it could be Rust. You guys are gonna... I might just have to go to Rust because nobody can make fun of how I write that code. Do I use this again? I do, right there. Oh, Rust is a cult. Oh my goodness! That's funny. I feel like there's a little bit of brutal honesty in that statement. And I'm proud of you, Mord. I'm proud of your open source contributor status. You've contributed to Vitesse and you've contributed to Grpc+gateway. So you've officially contributed to more open source projects than I. Oh, 100%. I completely agree. Like, if I'm gonna write something in Rust, it's because I do not want, like, it would be a mess to do it in Go. It's, if it can be done, like, easily and concisely in Go, again, I say that, easy and concise, whatever the heck this is not, I'm gonna do it in Go. Because Rust is just hard. Rust isn't easy to read, it's not easy to write, the compiler's a headache. It's all of those things. Okay. Let's do this. That's a long line. Yeah, there are things I would not do in Go. I don't think I would do I mean, it's possible. It's possible to do WASM and embedded in Go, but I think I would prefer to do that in Rust. Edge services, I would do in Rust over Go. That's about it. Apparently, you could build good video streaming platforms in Rust, but we're going to have a talk about doing that in Go at our conference, so obviously it's not like a... Yes, if it is an embedded edge service, such as... Let me rephrase that. IoT programs, like something you would do embedded, then yes. Edge services, not so much. But, you know. Certain things I would definitely do in Rust. Over Go. But I need to learn a lot more Rust. I have to use that twice, so it's worth defining. Listener we use. Okay, that's way better. I like this way better than the other stuff. Yeah. That too. That too. Undeclared name GWMux. Online 47. Oh. We did have that, huh? Okay, well I can still do this if error thing. Yep. I agree. Like 100%, that is when I would use Rust over Go. 100%. Garbage collector, memory management, embedded, which is close to middle. The other thing too, yeah. 100%. It's just really fun. Well, some people will argue that point every day. And when people start... I saw an article today debating... it was a comparison. Debating as to whether Node.js or Go were better. And I laughed. And I'm like, what the F? Never. Never in 12 bazillion years is Node gonna ever compare to Go. And so when people start comparing Node.js to Rust, I think that'll be the day. That'll be like the pure epitome of yeah. That's what I want to see. What the heck is... What makes an event loop fancy over regular? There we go. No. Yeah, I just want a Docker Docker compose file Postgres. Somebody named me needs to remember and just have like templates of these somewhere saved that I can just always have, because I'm like pretty sure I've searched this about 1,200 times. That was right there. That's what I wanted. There we go. What the heck is stack.yaml? But we do want a Docker compose. I've never thought of pointers at math. Mord, are you a Node zealot? I know you do React stuff. Does that make you a Node zealot? Is YAML? YAML is, I guess it's a markup language, right? Like that's part of the name. Oh, I don't want to record. I don't know, I like YAML. Rephrase, I don't mind YAML. Are we really using the adminer image? I should get it running now. What does the restart always tag do? $80.80. I'm not using $80.80 right now, I don't think. I don't quite know what that adminer does. And that's my fault. Let's go back to Docker Compose. Docker Compose. Service, web, port, Redis, Docker Compose up. Yeah, I know how to use it. I just want somebody to write it for me. Using service pros files, yeah. Services front end, my admin, back end, image, DB image, MySQL. So we have DB image Postgres, restart always. I don't feel like I want to restart always, actually. So I'm gonna kill that. Using Compose in production? I've never thought of using that in... Thanks. Thanks, Mr. Mordfusting. I mean, I could restart unexpectedly. Wouldn't that suck? So, Mord, I want you to know that somebody I work with almost daily continues to call you Tandy. Chaos Monkey. That would be fun. Now that is chaos engineering. And I think we should do that in our production environment and test against it and see what happens, Mord. It could just literally be, it's like a security test. What happens? Do your replicas work? What happens when things break? Do we have good backups? And just freak everybody out. I mean, maybe we could do it in a test environment, but that's your job. Not really. Yes, he calls you Tandy. And I'm just like, and Derek? Yeah, Tandy. It's funny. He always calls you Tandy. And every time I say Jason, he says Newman? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Docker networking. See, I read that. I read that right here at the bottom. Where is it? It said right here. Networking in Compose. And I like cringed a little bit. I'm not going to, I was, no. Nope. It's not going to happen. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. Oh my goodness. What? It's July 1st! Ah! Yeah, screw buying a desk. Somebody's got to pay for GopherCon. Dare say that. Are you still gonna, expense it? Where's the tickets? What? Order. Nostalgia? No, I don't want you guys to see this. The only value of see my friends. I know a lot of people. That's the true value of GopherCon. Is to see all your friends. Where's my camera? Why did my camera die? I just don't want you guys to see my credit card. Oh, it's because it's the webcam that I moved onto a different computer. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, you want my SSN too? Like, seriously. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll see if I can get Weave to cover mine too. We'll pay for you with this Yeah, yes, please quick fill. My goodness. Should we import my information from LinkedIn? That's a weird thing to... This website is not happy with my Twitch stream. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna not import that information from LinkedIn because that's weird. Does that mean you don't go to events or work always pays for them for you? Technically speaking, yeah. Yeah, but you like to build stuff for people. Do you go to all the Europe ones? Cause that would be cool. The only time I ever go to not go for... I don't go to a lot of them. I guess unless I'm speaking at them. Like, if I'm a speaker, then I will go to a conference. To get paid to troll Twitch? I'm sure somebody sponsors that. I'm sure... Oh my goodness, this is taking a really long time to autofill. That's a lot. That's like what developer relations do, right? When they are speaking, like, that's their job. But what if does this count for the virtual stuff? Like, Mord, was this? What the heck is build contact?
It's 3:30 p.m. Let's go grab a glass of water. And why don't you go wash your hands?
Google just told me to go get a glass of water and wash my hands. I don't have a problem with those symbols. I don't know why Nightbot does. I'm putting my job as Twitch streamer, so I think I shouldn't let, I don't think Weave is going to, Nightbot just hates everything. I did stop that auto mod. The one that didn't like it anytime you said any swear word? Yeah, that one didn't like you at all. Hey Mord, you should think about applying at Weave. There's a link right there. I agree. I agree. Yeah. Okay, bye. 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 Okay. Okay. Okay, I am now registered. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Lehigh, yuck. I know, they don't hire. I told you, as soon as they hire in the UK, you're the first on my list. And we do remote as well. I actually am officially full-time remote. I will never go to the office, even though I live 30 minutes away. That should be good enough. I think that should be good enough. Yeah. So there are remote options. That is the good news. Oh, you don't like hungry? It's hungry, caring, and creative. And hungry is represented by a gorilla. Caring by the sloth and creative by... No, hungry's the bear. Creative is the gorilla. But now since none of the founders work there, who knows how long we'll keep the mascots and... yeah, hungry is a little bit atypical, huh? Sure, that's what happened. That's definitely not what happened. Let's just say that the investors got a little big for their britches and kicked them all out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. A hostile takeover. Well, if you want money, we've went to Y Combinator, so Y Combinator almost exclusively means that you're willing to give the investors power, right? Like, it's trade-off. If you want that name to back your company, you're pretty much like behind them. Yeah. Well, they were either gonna go bank, like they were. Unfortunately, it was either Y Combinator or shut down the company. They were like literally in those kinds of like financial straits. So it ended up like saving the company, but at the same, long term, it did put the investors first. Okay, so I am just gonna make a directory called database. Ooh, we might call it Postgres. And then I am just gonna do a tab Postgres. Not necessarily do a migration yet, but I do want to have a SQL file that I can just run to set it up in case I ever lose my Docker stuff. Postgres, and then tables.sql. So I want to have a users table. Create if not exists table users and I want to actually do Postgres. It's true. That's liquidate and buyback. You're gonna get a much better return on investment that way. Create table if not exists. Yeah, that's what I want. don't know. I am just sometimes glad that I never tried to start a company. So we want an ID. Auto increment. I think auto increment is already default. I don't have to add that, do I? I can just say primary key and it should do the auto increment, I thought. It's been a minute. This can just be an integer. I have no reason to have anything else. Primary key. Let's do... That sounds like that's... Obviously, people have done that. Literally just made... This is why I'm on Twitch. I can pretend like I'm trying to invest in something, but really not even try. Username. Username. Created at. I don't think... Oh, and a source, probably. So this would be... let's do that, and we can do varchar like 64 limited timestamps and source varchar. I don't need to worry about an enum there. And we want this to be auto increment, not null. We want the username to also be not null. I'm adding GameStop. Oh gosh. Companies that keep buying. Google, Yahoo. Yahoo still exists. I'm surprised it still exists, but it's still there somewhere. It's still there somewhere doing something. They need the commas. That's what I'm missing. Primary key. And it should be auto increment. That should be good. question is, do you ever think I would... We'll do create table if not exists messages. Amazon. That's true. Amazon is the story of something. And then we want this to be text. And I think text, message body, we'll call it message body. I think we can just actually make that text in Postgres. And then we would want to add a constraint. You sure it was Bezos? Because then that's saying that Tesla only worked because of Elon Musk. Is becoming the fiat of cloud good or bad? What's a we do want to add barely work. Hey. But after they did, Elon Musk was CEO and they kicked him out. Yeah, this is what I want. Actually, PayPal did work for him, that was true. Username is not null, but it doesn't have to be unique. What we have to do is create a unique index with source and username, right? You can have this. SpaceX is also doing really well. Just in the fact that it's the only it's kept the idea of space alive. I'm gonna create a complex index. Not null. Let's do interval hour, check not null. No, I want to have a default time as time.now. Well, wasn't NASA a crazy scheme most of the time too? I feel like trying to do anything in space is crazy scheme phase. Oh, default now. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted. Is there extradition from Mars? That is my question. Is there extradition from Mars? Can you be extradited? Built and owned. I don't... If by build you mean have, like, literally just launched buildings there and have them land, yes. Not like steel buildings, like tents or something. I could... You know, he launched a car. So I could see him totally just launch things onto Mars and say, anything that lands is mine. I don't see humans sustainably existing on Mars. The tech's not there. The physics is not there. 100%. That's my opinion. Yeah, I want to do that. Okay, fine. Robots can live on Mars. No, you don't need robots, but I don't think there will be humans. That's my point. Is I think you could do a lot of things on Mars if you removed the human element, because then you wouldn't have to feed them, then you wouldn't have to have, like, health supplies, then you wouldn't have to do anything. That's my comment. How do you do comments? I think it's like this. That's what I wanted. So that's why I think I want that complex. Oh, I didn't even think about 3D printing them. totally that's dead on. I didn't even think about 3D printing. No, why would I have seen it? I have not seen a touchscreen rocket. Dragon is a... Oh, I see what you're... Yeah, well, of course that would be a touchscreen rocket. Because it's SpaceX, and it would literally be Tesla's. Literally. 112,000%. Yes, but how can you create an autonomous rocket if you have to train it somewhere, right? I feel like, I guess you really don't have to. It just kind of has to go. Somebody can just do the math ahead of time and just shoot it, and it can just go. The problem is if you need to change it. That's when you run into issues. Oh, it's all about budget, right? Let's try this. Docker compose up. What do you mean Docker compose is... Oh, that's because I didn't spell it right. Yeah, well, the only problem with that predetermined flights is a lot of the previous, like, things we've done, like, probably 80-90% of our spacecrafts have all been predetermined, right? Like, you didn't really necessarily have to fly them, but then something happened and then you did. Like, they're constantly making adjustments due to unforeseen things, and that's the problem, right? Like, I mean, they can always send in adjustments to a computer. Technically, I think it would be easier to fly rockets like a drone than it would be to, like, have autonomous piloting of rockets. Okay, yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. 80-80 is 80-80. It is, huh? Was doing stuff on Docker 3 weeks ago. Probably me. Yeah, that's my problem. I'm too skeptical. And I just don't think that this stuff's really gonna work. Well, NASA has not been on the cutting edge of technology since 1967. So, there's that. I wouldn't trust most of what they said. Yeah, it's way better. Yeah, that whole thing. Well, it's all space is, I mean, flying airplanes is dangerous. Space is just significantly closer to the sun. Not the sun, but like... Definitely... definitely closer. I can just... Yeah. Oh. How do I not have PSQL? Probably because I keep trying to do MySQL as if that was a smart idea. What the heck is at... I don't want this. I don't want PHP crap. Who thought that that was a good idea? That was dumb. I should still be able to assign ports, though. You guys pay way more attention to this whole space stuff than I do. I only am, like, aware when, like, Twitter says, oh, they're launching today. That's literally all I know about it. Literally it. Oh, that would be smart. I would definitely agree. We need SpaceX for any kind of successful. Yeah, I will say it again. Private space ventures are the reason, like, any of this stuff is working. What service ports are invalid? Cultural? What is cultural software? Is it just because it's like dumb? What is there we go. Ports dash down. They're not gonna die as long as the government's still funding them. They've probably got, what, probably easily tens, if not $100 billion worth of government funding. Like, that's, you know. Oh, I think it's because I don't have Postgres installed on, like, the machine itself. Yeah. SpaceX actually doing things will, that will be the death of Boeing and Lockheed Martin and all of the old school business contractors. This was an entertaining chat, guys. I love how much people care about space. Talks. I don't know whose Postgres this is. Yes, and a lot of the biggest successes are due to software issues, so there's that too. So, there's that. I mean, would we really even have gotten into software if it wasn't for space? Think about that. They needed somebody to do that math, and there's nothing better to do that math than a machine. Yes, but they figured it was cheaper to have a computer do it. Like, computer languages were built, like, the first computer languages to live outside of, like, a research lab on a university were at NASA. So there is that. I don't think this is the right one. Yes, I'm aware. I just think that the space race in general, we can contribute most modern technology to the space race. Cereal! That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I wanted cereal. That's what I wanted. Do they have aliens in Scotland? I mean, they've got to. No comment. Oh, yeah, don't forget about Operation Paperclip. Where? Well, you gotta get the public to pay for it, right? How is he gonna get the public to pay for it? Okay, fair. I thought I already had the Postgres Now thing. No, I want timestamps itself with the Z. Without the T though. Yeah. Oh, I listened to a podcast today. They're talking about the Manhattan Project, right? As they should. And then, apparently, the sister of the Manhattan Project was the chemistry staff where they invented napalm. And that scares me. Because I think napalm did way more damage than any nuclear weapon. Just the fact that, like, we actually use it. I mean, I don't hope we don't still use it. but like that was prolific. Aren't atomic clocks also military tech? Because GPS don't work without atomic clocks. Okay, I obviously did something wrong here. Create table. Create table. Cinemas, blah blah blah. Location text. We need to have not a comma on the last one, that's for sure. Oh no, that's wrong. I'm wrong. I'm getting my stories mixed up. Atomic clocks require computations to account for general relativity. That's the story I'm trying to remember. General relativity, which is Einstein. Okay, cool. This is my one. Einstein's super cool. Particle physics is way before the Manhattan Project. Most of that actually happened in the 20s. They just hadn't physically split an atom until the Manhattan Project. So there's that. Yes. And do the people that invented napalm feel the same way? That's my question. All from that napalm project. Oh, nope, I don't want that. I think it was a bigger feat for the nuclear engineers than for the nuclear physicists. Because they had already been predicting a lot of the things theoretically, right? Like, they had a lot of knowledge. They didn't, like, they already knew about protons. Like, they knew about a lot of things. They had quantum physics, they had quantum mechanics, they had everything. They just hadn't actually done any physical testing on it. Yeah. Yes. And we'll just see when the military decides to turn SpaceX into a way to spy on enemies of the United States. That's when we'll know we've made it. So we'll see when that happens. Okay, I need to wrap this up. And by wrap this up, all I mostly want to do is make sure I can actually connect to, I guess. I want to store stuff in a database. I can't say I do database stuff and not actually do database. Yeah. I can't tell you the time, but it was definitely pre-World War II. That they had split an atom. That's how they knew. They, like, the ability to split atoms is how they knew about protons and nucleons. They already knew about electrons, right? Because the whole idea of quantum mechanics is the fact that you can't determine the exact location of an electron. So yeah, like, you have to know the insides of an atom to be able to do quantum mechanics. And quantum mechanics, 1905 was when the first Nobel Prize for quantum mechanics was officially awarded. So yeah, it was mostly, the physics was there. We were just missing everything else. Yeah, that sounds very... I think so. Like, that sounds about right. I don't remember... They don't necessarily do a good job of teaching you the history of physics. When you're studying physics? Yep. There's a way to pull SQL from a file in this, I know it. I'll just ping it and we can worry about that next time. Yeah, we can worry about migrations next time. There is a ping function, I know for a fact there is. Oh, but it just still has to import my stuff. That's why it wouldn't tell me there was a ping function. Cool. The other thing I need to grab is the Postgres one. And then we should be able to just do database.ping. I know this is a thing. And that should work. I don't think do I need contacts? No. So we can go here, we can go, oh look. Now we have a main, and before we do this, we can just do a Postgres dot connect db. See if that pulls down my Postgres or something else. Let's see if we can get that to run. It did, awesome. No, that's not what I want. I want to go build. Come on, build. There we go. Cool. Cool. It doesn't need a username. Actually, the username is Postgres, not foo. But I'd rather it fail at least once. Okay, that's perfect. That's what I want. That's good. Okay. So I have to go pick up dinner. That is my job for today, is to pick up dinner. So let's go ahead and commit this. Actually, first thing first. Quit. Yeah, we want to quit them. And now we can clean up our files. See, now they're all deleted. And they add Docker, add DB connection, and clean up Vim crap. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't add that to the git ignore. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. It was a blast. I had a really fun time with the chat. Thanks Icarus for all your help. Thank you, Casiris, as always, for joining us. I'm glad you were able to come hang out with us, Ford Mustang. And, oh my goodness. Eukiness? You were the Bezos fan. I am so glad you could all be here. We could have this party and enjoy everything. I will be back. My plan for now is we will definitely stream every Friday. All of the Fridays there will be streams. And Monday, hopefully, I want to try out this new GitHub connection thingy. That's for GitHub. So that you can, I want to see, everybody's talking about how the AI code stuff's gonna change everybody's life. So I kind of wanted to check out that GitHub AI connection weirdo-ness thingy for Go. See if we can run it maybe against this project. If not, whatever. I have, remember, anytime you can do ! Meetups in the chat. I have 2 meetups this week. One I will be speaking at. I will be speaking at the Utah Rust meetup. You're welcome to join me there. We also have a Utah Go user group meetup this week, which I run. So if you love Go, come to that. If you want to do something else, I'm sorry, you only have one option. Yeah, and so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. We're gonna go ahead. It looks like we have a choice between not that many people that I follow, but it's Friday evening. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw a raid onto Large Data Bank. He works for CockroachDB, which is written in Go. And he usually is actually doing code on CockroachDB, which is pretty cool. I enjoy his channel. You should enjoy his channel. I will see you online next time, whether that be Monday or Friday or sometime next week at a meetup. Reach out to me, say hi. We can hang out and chat. Okay. I'm throwing that raid up, and I will say peace out. Wait, where...